Good evening. My name is Don Stiles. I'm going to be your Rotary MC tonight. As you settle into your seats, I realize some of you may not be aware of Rotary, especially some of the parents. So let me tell you a little bit about Rotary International. It's the largest service organization in the world. It is made up of community leaders, and the motto for Rotary is service above self. There are 1.2 million Rotarians around the world in 35,000 different clubs and in over 200 countries. Many of the large accomplishments of Rotary are polio. How many of you kids know what polio is? How many parents know what polio is? Okay, when I was growing up, we were fearful about going to school, in fact that we might catch polio. It's a very debilitating disease, and back in the 90s, there were 1,000 cases of polio per day, so almost 400,000 a year. As of this year, because Rotary has been working on vaccinating the world, we are down to, in these first 5 months, 8 cases around the world. 8 cases, down from 400,000. So we're very close, and after they finish that, their next big goal is to have clean drinking water for everyone in the world. So Rotary's doing some big things, but it's also doing some local things, and that's what STRIVE is all about. Our long-standing tradition at Rotary is to open our meetings with a invocation and a pledge, and I call upon our president, Deb Newman, to do that.
Thank you. So if you'd all please rise. I want to let you know that how this year the Rotary theme for the entire world is making a difference. And so what we're doing with STRIVE is certainly an example of making a difference right here in our own communities. And so every week, as the president of Rotary, I look to Mother Teresa for inspiration on some of the thoughts that she shared with us. So that's what I'm going to share with us tonight. This is from Mother Teresa. She said, "Life is an opportunity. Benefit from it. Life is beauty. Admire it. Life is bliss. Taste it. Life is a dream. Realize it. Life is a challenge. Meet it. Life is a duty. Complete it. Life is a game. Play it. Life is a promise. Fulfill it. Life is sorrow. Overcome it. Life is a song, sing it." So now if you join with me with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You can be seated. Don?
Tonight, we welcome you to the STRIVE Banquet, and thank you all for coming, where we're going to take a pause out of our busy lives and honor those great young students tonight. Thank you for coming. Not everyone could make it because of jobs or last-minute cancellations, but we have parents, we have siblings, we have teachers, we have friends, Rotarians, and some special dignitaries. They're all here to honor you, STRIVE students. As we recognize many of the accomplishments that you've had this year and as you prepare for life after Kennedy. You have much to be proud of as you near graduation. 29 of you completed the STRIVE program this year. That's almost an all-time high, I think. The names are all listed in the program there. And what that means is if you completed the STRIVE program, no matter what happens tonight, you are eligible for a scholarship, to apply for a scholarship after your first year of college. So we want you to stay in touch with us Rotarians, and we will be sending out information to you next spring about maybe helping out with your second year. A couple of your statistics this year. A little less than half of you met the 90% or more STRIVE classes. More than half of you, 66%, improved your GPAs this year. And What is an all-time record is 97% of you met the C average or better in your senior classes. That is brand new. That's wonderful. So why are these stats so important? Because they allow you to be eligible for these scholarships tonight. This is our 19th year of doing STRIVE here in Bloomington at Kennedy. We've served over 440 students, given out over 110,000 in scholarships, and STRIVE is a national Rotary program, which began about 20 years ago here in Minnesota up in White Bear Lake. It's an acronym that stands for Students Taking a Renewed Interest in the Value of Education. The purpose is to motivate and help the students more fully discover and develop their own strengths and talents that will lead to an enhancement of the personal and academic growth during the year as you prepare to leave high school, and also for years to come. Rotary offers the scholarships as an incentive, but we know that that just helps tuition and your books, but we all know that, and your students have probably figured this out, the real incentive comes from the success within yourselves. Each year, you possess these unique skills and talents that will guide you through your life journey. We Rotarians were honored this year to walk with you alongside, and as you realize your potential. Why do we know that STRIVE works? Well, I just mentioned some academic and personal achievements. But however, you look around the room and you see these local community leaders and school officials, your mentors and parents, who are willing to share their time and their experiences with you, positive or negative, in order to help you succeed. These mentors are now your new friends, another adult that you can turn to. Some of you have already taken advantage of their advice, while others may encounter that experience later on. We've met some students, for instance, at Normandale, that walk up to us and say, now I remember what that Rotarian was saying in that class. We had a full year of classes. Let me tell the parents and guess some of the topics that we touched. We explored the differences of going to college versus going right into a job. We toured the Normandale Community College and Hennepin Technical College. We took a computer interest survey, which helped fit a career to what your interests were. We learned how to dream, how to plan, how to write goals, and that was a big feedback item from all of you, that you really appreciated learning about how to write the goals, and then how to manage your priorities, how to understand costs and the legal obligations when you turn 18. And now, finally, to find some balance in your life. Your mentors shared their own failures and how to overcome their own failures. We visited a Rotary lunch and talked about possible careers. We attended an ethics lunch and discussed good and bad decision making. We practiced job interview skills with real employers. We appreciate your honest feedback and evaluation of our STRIVE, which was just yesterday. You let us know that the STRIVE classes and topics were good, and you enjoyed the Normandale student involvement. You asked for more help with the legal obligations, so we'll look at that for next year, and also connecting more with the colleges. We also got some fantastic suggestions. How about inviting teachers to our STRIVE classes so they could learn about what STRIVE is more about and take part in those discussions? More one-on-one between the students. We want to thank you for these suggestions, and we will work them into our classes next year. Now, I think I speak for most of our Rotarians and STRIVE mentors in saying that it's you seniors that make all this effort worthwhile. I personally continue to learn something every year from all you different students, and you can just ask my wife, Leslie. I come back pretty pumped after our Wednesday meetings. Sharing your successes is a win-win for all of us, and we can congratulate you seniors on your successes. Now, if you'll allow me just a couple minutes to say a few thank yous. First, I want to recognize and thank my best friend and my wife, Leslie. Leslie, would you just stand? I want to thank you for supporting me and allowing me to spend so much time with these STRIVE kids. I want to thank our dinner staff back here, Michelle Martin and Jolene Herbeck. Was the lasagna good? All right, okay. Is there still more to go? Oh yeah, there's still second stuff, okay. I want to thank Tim Sass. He's filming on cable TV this banquet tonight. Thank you, Tim. Organizing our STRIVE is fairly routine, but implementing it is another story. There would be no STRIVE without our dedicated volunteer mentors. And I would like to recognize a few of them tonight if they would just stand, and then we can clap when I get them all up here. First of all, Terry Starwald, our STRIVE chair, instructor, treats, and Southern accent. Where's Terry? Okay. Bob Erickson. Bob, would you stand? Bob helped lead our FASFA, and he was also an instructor and brought lots of treats. Dave Drummond, Mary Kurth. I don't see Alex here. Nick Basil, who you want to get to know real quick, the scholarship winners. Larry Lee. Where'd Larry go? Oh, there he is. Paul Niederberger. And who did I miss? Is everyone all the, okay. Thank you. I'll get to it. Susan Ant, she was the FAFSA leader at Normandale. Susan, thank you very much. Where'd Susan go? Oh, there she is. Our Normandale Service Learning Instructors, Paige Wheeler led that effort. Where'd Paige go? There she is. Thank you to all our mentors, and there are more listed on the back of your program tonight. Another reason this Kennedy STRIVE works so well is because we are so fortunate to have school administrators who not only believe in you students, but they are very enthusiastic in the way they demonstrate that. Just look around you. Most of them are here tonight. In fact, we have Bloomington's superintendent, Les Fujitaki. We have your Kennedy principal, Carol Campa. Your Kennedy Dean of Students, Jessica Rice. Our Kennedy Cultural Liaison, Rosa Flores. There's Rosa. And new to the team is our Kennedy Intervention Specialist, Christine Donnelly. Christine is going to be our liaison next year with STRIVE. And if you were wondering about how all those buses were arranged on those field trips, Bloomington School Career Development Coordinator and Rotarian, Debbie Belfry. Where did Debbie go? And finally, you already met our president, Deb Newman. So, tonight, every one of you seniors is a winner in STRIVE. Not only did you get those delicious breakfast treats, right? Those college tours, tonight's banquet, but you also received the invaluable insights about yourselves and how you can continue to learn from those inevitable failures that we all encounter. We all will be failing, but it's how you take those failures and turn them into successes. But we have one more surprise for you tonight, and it's coming from Rotary. The students who are attending tonight, each one of you who completed your commitment to STRIVE, will receive your participation certificate and a $20 Target gift card. We want you to go out and buy something special for yourselves, something you weren't thinking about when you walked into the room tonight. Will you promise me that? Okay. So, I'm going to try to read off your names, and I'm going to ask Terry Steyerwalt to come up and help hand out these certificates. So as we hand these out, parents, there's plenty of time to hold your applause during the graduation, so let it rip tonight for each student, okay? All right. Okay, first, Katie Andrade. Paola Bravo. Sharon Leva. Sejunbo Louis. Lianis Lopez Leva. Ana Martinez Pacheco. I got it right. Jimmy Molina.
He's our next chief of police.
All right. An Win. T Win. Abraham Olivares. Oscar Perez Santana. Lydia Ricola. Margarita Sanchez.
Sorry, I'm gonna take a little while over here.
Vanessa Sol Lopez. And Jessica Zumba. Did I miss anyone? Okay, good. Now I would like Terry Starwell to say a few words using his smooth Southern comfort voice.
Thank you, Don. As Don knows, and all the students here know, it's very difficult for me to say a few words. So make yourself comfortable. First of all, congratulations to all our students. I don't know why, but it seems like high school is one of those events that we never, ever forget. I still stay in touch with people I graduated high school with, and that's been 50 years ago. So I realize this is a big, big event for you. At the same time, I want you to remember, and I believe I said this yesterday, that while this might seem like the end of a journey, it is actually the beginning of a very powerful new journey. And I want to summarize for you just a couple of things, if I could, for you to keep in mind. First of all, remember to always dream. That's what life is about, having dreams. But as we've learned this year, a dream is nothing but a dream unless you put forth the effort to establish goals on how to achieve it. And when you establish those goals, sometimes the path's not always as straight as you'd like to be. You go right, you go left, but as long as you stay focused on those goals, you can eventually get there. And it's always up to you. Decisions will come to you in your life, and they'll be made. They'll be made by you, or someone else will make them for you. So just remember to take control of your life as best you can, and make sure you're making the decisions on where you want your life to go. Okay, Don, I'll cut it short. I guess the final thing is, and I want most of you to start tonight with this, we spoke about it a little bit yesterday, is stay involved with your community, stay involved with your school, be involved with whatever it is you're doing, and network, meet people. How many of you are going to Normandale? How many think you're going to Normandale? Raise your hands. Okay. We have 3 people from Normandale here tonight. Dara, Susan, and Paige. How many of you have went over and introduced yourself? All right. Before you leave tonight, go over and say, hello, my name is whatever, and I plan on going to Normandale. And do that for the rest of your life. Make friends, introduce yourself, stay involved with whatever it is you're going to be doing. You'll find out that life will be, it's a much easier path when you take that, when you make those choices. Thank you. I had another 30 minutes.
Your 30 minutes are up. One of the comments we received back on the feedback evaluation yesterday hit me. It was an answer to the question is, what are one of the things that you are taking away from STRIVE? And one of you students said, so many of my unanswered questions were answered here in STRIVE. And so that tells us that we're hitting home, I hope. Rotary partners with many organizations to make things happen. One of these outstanding STRIVE partners is the Mall of America that generously supports our STRIVE scholarships with their financial support. Rotarian Kurt Hagan and Mall of America manager Dan Jasper could not make it tonight, but they wanted me to send their congratulations, and so a special thanks to Kurt, Dan, and the Mall of America. Additionally, I'd like to point out a couple of other strong supporters that came tonight to hear you guys, and that is Bob and Sally Purvis and Gil Williams. Would you just stand to be recognized? Thank you for your support. Rotary also partners with local colleges and match many of our STRIVE scholarships. Normandale Community College matches 100% of the first $1,500, and Hennepin Tech matches 100% of all scholarships. Dunwoody Institute also honors some matches. Tonight we have Normandale Vice President of Student Affairs, Dara Hagan, and Normandale Foundation Executive Director, who's just retiring from that position, Colleen Simpson. Could you please stand and be recognized? Dara now, if she would come up, I've asked her to say a few words about Normandale to you students.
Good evening, everyone. As Don said, my name is Dara Hagan, and I have the privilege of serving as the Vice President of Student Affairs at Normandale Community College. And I'm delighted to be here with all of you tonight, and I want to send greetings from President Joyce Esther and our college leadership team. I'm kind of a newbie at Normandale. I joined the team in October, and so I'm new to this group, and thank you for the warm welcomes. As Don mentioned earlier, I'm also in good company in terms of Normandale representation this evening with Paige Wheeler and Susan Ant here. They provide support and mentorship as a part of the STRIVE program. Our admissions team is also involved in terms of campus tours and meeting with students here at the high school. And as Don mentioned, Colleen Simpson is here, and I just want to give a shout out to the foundation for the great support that they provide in the match for the scholarships. We are very thankful for the partnership that we have with Bloomington Rotary and Kennedy High School to be able to support this program. And we're very proud of you, the student participants. By participating in a program like this, you're not only showing initiative and engagement within academics and co-curricular activities, but you're investing in what's truly important. You're investing in yourself, and you're investing in your future. You're setting the stage for all that is to come. And because of your investment, more doors will open as you graduate from high school and embark on the next step in your academic journey. And for those of you that are coming to Normandale in the fall, we welcome you with open arms. Just as graduation is coming up soon for all of you, this past Monday evening, we watched over 300 Normandale students cross the stage at Orchestra Hall to receive their degrees, and they joined an additional 1,000 students who graduated this year from Normandale. Those students will either be transferring to a four-year college or university to obtain their bachelor's degree or entering the career field of their choice. So we look forward to seeing each of you either walk across our stage or another stage in the near future. I want to do a shout out for those that have invested in you, parents and loved ones, teachers and staff, mentors, coaches, volunteers, all those people who stand on the sidelines and cheer you on. I also thank you for believing in these incredible students. So thank you again for having Normandale be a part of this great program. I wish you the very best and congratulations on your achievement.
Now, how many of you have been following your programs? You wonder why we're so far ahead of schedule? Because I passed over our superintendent and our so at this point I'd like to ask Les Fujitaki to come up and say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the school board and school community, thank you to the Bloomington Rotary Club, to the STRIVE program, the STRIVE mentors, the STRIVE business partners, the Normandale Community College team, and the Kennedy High School team for making this outstanding program a reality. Now, all of you know that throughout your career as students, we talk to you about the importance of citizenship. And we define citizenship as doing your part to make this community or any community stronger. STRIVE mentors, who you saw all stand up earlier, even though they meet in the school district here at Kennedy, they're not employees of the school district. They don't get paid by us, they're all volunteers. They're all very busy people who share their time and their resources to help all of you. Now, students, congratulations on completing this program and for your well-deserved, well-earned recognition. And to all the parents, thank you for being here to be again engaged with your child's education. I want all of you to remember that these people share their time and their resources. Many of the recognitions that you will be receiving tonight come from them. So let's take this time to show your appreciation for all that they've done for you, because they value education and they value young people. Please join me. And the last thing, in closing, what you can do for all of us is wherever you go after you graduate, wherever life takes you, always try to remember what they did. They gave back. If you can give back by serving and helping your community, working in your schools, helping out, helping other young adults be successful, it'll pay back dividends throughout your life. So best wishes to you all. I'll see you in a couple weeks at graduation. Thank you.
And now your principal, Carol Kappa, would you come up and say a few words?
Thank you all for being here this evening, and a special thank you to the Rotary for all their hard work. I look around at some of the seniors in here, and some of them are very familiar to me. And to see you all grow up and become these fine young men and women it makes me feel very prideful. So thank you again for the Rotary for bringing out the best in them. This would have been a great organization for me when I was in high school. I grew up in a family of 7 brothers and sisters, and my parents were blue-collar workers. My dad delivered fuel oil to farmers, and my mom worked in a bakery. So we didn't have a lot of money, so I never went to a college campus ever before I went to college. And so when I see some of the activities that you've been doing, going to college campuses, doing goal setting, doing career inventories, that's really a great step forward for you. One thing I did learn from my parents was that hard work, and that's why I'm standing here today, is because I learned how to work hard and to care about people and to go the extra mile. And I think that the fact that you stayed with this organization and you were missing classes that you had to make up later on shows that you know how to work hard too, and you know how to persevere. And so I know that you'll do well and be successful, and I believe in you. And thank you for having me here tonight.
Thank you, Carol and Les. If you guys have time to stick around tonight, I'd like you to hand out the scholarships too with Terry. So, okay, before we move on to the scholarships, it has been a tradition to hear a few remarks from some of our students about their year in STRIVE. For me, this is a highlight of the evening. A couple weeks ago, I asked a couple of students to share their impressions of STRIVE tonight. Now, we all remember how easy it is to speak in front of the public, right? Wrong. But I do think it says a lot about someone's character when they're able to push the envelope and challenge themselves. A few of the students tonight gathered the courage and rose to this challenge to share their thoughts with you. We have 4 students, and there's no particular order, but let's start with Oscar Perez Santana.
Hello everyone, and thank you for coming here. And at first I want to start off by thanking Don and Terry for the opportunity of joining STRIVE. I was in a classroom and I just got this letter, and I didn't really know what STRIVE was. And then I was like, oh yeah, it looks pretty interesting. And then I saw there was scholarship money, and I was like, oh, it's gonna help out. And the first day they said that we were competing against people. And I'm pretty competitive, so I just had to do it. But when I entered STRIVE, I thought I wanted to do something, and we learned how to set a goal and what we wanted to do after we graduated from high school. And it turns out that what I really wanted to do at the beginning was not what I wanted to do at the end of the day. When I was in middle school, I went on a field trip and I visited Hennepin Tech, and it stuck with me, and I didn't remember what the school was, and STRIVE helped me find that school, and I learned a lot, and I was like, this is what I want. And it's been a pretty much good ride. They're helping me out, and whenever I needed help with something or I was confused about, I could depend on anybody, Terry, Don, Dave, and all the other Rotary members. And it was very helpful. They helped with anything. It sometimes didn't have to be with school related. It could be with other things. And they taught us things that we don't learn in our classrooms and on a daily basis. They taught us about our legal rights and things that we wouldn't learn, work, resume. And we don't really learn about that, but it was very helpful, and yeah, that was pretty much it. And they also helped. They helped with not just me personally, but other people that in the STRIVE group, they had personal problems, or we were just confused because we're teenagers, we don't really know everything. Sometimes we feel like we're at the top of the world, but we're really not. And they really did help us open up our eyes, and just really helped out with everything, with school, and just going on, and understanding what we really wanted to do with our lives. And I know that I can count on anybody on the Rotary team if anything happens. And when we went on a field trip to the Edina Country Club, I was sitting with Terry, and we met. He brought a special friend, and he was interested in cars. And when I graduated from high school, I want to go to Hennepin Tech and study auto tech. And he works for Greystone, and he's interested in cars. And I thought it was a coincidence. Since Rotary, every single time it surprises me. At my table, I'm sitting down, and I learned that Delta also has this thing for cars. And a lot of people don't take that in consideration because you just think, oh, you can work at a dealership, but you learn a lot about what you want, and they help think outside the box because there's not always just one thing that you can do, and they help us reach beyond what our imagination is.
High school students don't know everything? Oh, neither do we. Please welcome Margarita Sanchez.
Little know I might improvise a lot, so I just wrote it just in case, if I forget something. So, good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming here. Sorry, I'm short. It's been a pleasure being in this group. I'm also part of AVID, and both of these groups have made me evolve more as a person, and I'm very grateful and thankful for that, because at the beginning of the school year, honestly, I wasn't in the best shape and form, and they helped me get back on track on what I wanted to become. So with all the, knowing the legal obligations, goal setting and stuff, it has made me evolve and understand more about life. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to get emotional here. I think a lot of us here were really probably closed-minded in a way, because we were at the beginning, we were like, what's STRIVE? What's it gonna help? What are we doing here? That was me. I was questioning. I'm like, what am I doing here? Why was I chosen? Why was I so lucky? But I think at the end of this program, thank you to Terry, Don, and all the Rotarians, we have become more accepting and of ourselves, and accepting that even though we may fail in life, but we always have to get back up and try again. There's always, Terry says some of the funniest things. He always says that for your goal, there's no straight path, and there's always gonna be curveballs, but you have to stay focused and always try and try and try and try and try again. And we all love his southern accent, we all do. It's the greatest thing that he has. But yeah, that's what the STRIVE program means to me, and probably to everybody here in a way. So hopefully, if we all leave here today, we keep these memories, these lessons that we've learned in our minds. Thank you.
Thank you, Margarita. Now, T-Win.
So first I gotta say thanks everybody to be here tonight. Thanks to Mr. Don and Miss Terry, and also my good buddy John back there for coming in. So STRIVE program is a really good program for me, learning to be a better man in the future. It give me the right direction to go in life. So from the STRIVE program, I learned two things that really helped me to be better man. First thing that, like Mr. Don and Terry say, if you want to reach to your goal or something, you gotta write them down and always stick them around you in your wall or something, to keep that in mind that you got something to do to be to success. So. Actually, last year was really funny. So I always wanted to get a permit test to pass the test, but I didn't write anything down. To that day, Mr. Don brought up the lesson that you have to write down something to keep that in mind. So I ended up write them down like a real big letter, and then stick them to my wall in my bed, and then looked every night to motivate me that I got something to do. So, and then a month later, I ended up passing my test. Was kind of really easy. That's also really important too. And second thing of the part of the STRIVE program so beginning of the year, I actually didn't know what am I gonna do after high school. So I was thinking that I would doing the auto body shop, which is fixing a car, just be a regular man, doing mechanic. But at the end of the STRIVE, I truly found myself that what I wanted to be what I want to do. So I ended up apply at the Hennepin Tech doing just 2 years for the construction, being a house, and from there, I kind of get like something that get started. So yeah, STRIVE program is great, and I'm grateful to be a part of STRIVE program. Thank you.
Thank you, T. And our last speaker is Lydia Ricola. Lydia.
Hi. Okay. What is STRIVE? Well, this is a question that has been frequently asked by everyone around me this year, from my parents to my teachers and my friends. STRIVE is students taking a renewed interest in the value of education, but STRIVE for me was a window into the big bad world after graduation. Throughout this year, we have done so much to ready ourselves for life after high school. Each Wednesday, we were given tools to take with us after we received our diplomas. My favorite meeting, and it was hard to choose just one, but the meeting that had the most impact for me was the goals meeting. At this meeting, we learned how to set goals, obviously, but we learned how to take our dreams and make them into bite-sized goals that we're all able to achieve. That's why this meeting meant the most, because I have huge dreams just like everyone else that STRIVE was able to turn into goals, and I'm currently on my path to achieve my goals as a pediatric nurse. Finally, I would like to thank all the mentors who were here for us every Wednesday, who talked to us and listened to our silence in the mornings, and always had snacks waiting for us to start every meeting, but most importantly, for making the days after graduation seem less terrifying.
Aren't they great? Let's give another round of applause. Now, it would be nice if we could get everyone a STRIVE scholarship, but we don't have the resources for that. So, students, do you recall what the 3 qualifying criteria were to become eligible for a scholarship? 3 of them. One was to maintain a full course load your senior year. 100% of you did that. Second was to maintain a C average or better over all your senior classes. And as I pointed out, 97% of you did that. That is amazing. The third criteria was another tough one, though. And that was to attend at least 90% of the STRIVE classes. And just under half of you attained that. The criteria is not meant to be easy, yet almost half of you met all 3 criteria and then therefore became eligible. Unfortunately, each year we seem to have some students who would have gotten one of those scholarships if they attended one more class. But we have to go by the 90% cutoff. It's disappointing that these criteria are not supposed to be treated as a punishment, but instead as a recognition for those who went the extra mile. So participation is an important lesson in life. Rotary provides 6 scholarships, 5 academic and 1 attendance. It was said by actor and comedian Woody Allen. Kids probably don't remember Woody Allen, but parents do, right? 80% of success is showing up. Our Best Attendance Award. This is a scholarship that we've learned when the students come to our classes and they attend and they participate, that they're beneficial even if they don't grab everything at that particular meeting. Bloomington Rotary named this award the Lee Helms Best Attendance Award in memory of longtime Rotarian Lee Helms. Lee never missed a STRIVE class and always kept our accurate attendance records. This year we have a dilemma, though. 9 of you qualified with essentially perfect attendance. So how do we give out a $250 scholarship to 9 students and divide that up? Well, Rotary decided to give out 9 $250 scholarships instead. So, will the following students come up here, and if Les and Carol could come up, and I have to read them all. Okay, and these happen to be in alphabetical order. For the first $250 scholarship, Katie Andrade. Sharon Leva. T. Win. And our competitor, Oscar Perez Santana. Lydia Ricola. Margarita Sanchez. Vanessa So Lopez. And Jessica Zumba. Congratulations to our $250 scholarship winners. Now, all the scholarship recipients attached to your scholarship certificate is a form that is your request form for the scholarship. That's to be turned into Nick Basil. And guess who's here tonight? Nick, will you wave your hand? If you want to fill those out tonight and give them to him, he'll have them and you won't have to mail them in, okay? So look for the guy in the green shirt over there. Also, if you're planning to attend Normandale Community College, I have a form up here that you should come up and grab because it'll expedite your scholarship as well, okay? And we can do that after today's meeting. Now, the 5 remaining academic scholarships. We have, the first one is a best overall GPA. The other 4 are improvement or increase in the GPA. But this one is a special one because it's the highest GPA of all the qualifying students in STRIVE. This one was recognized for an individual that got a 3.698 GPA. It's a $1,000 scholarship. And tonight, it goes to Ana Martinez Pacheco. Now we take the next ones in 4th highest up to the very highest. Tonight, for the first time in our history, we had a tie for 4th place. Both individuals, there were some family issues that came up at the last minute and they were unable to attend tonight, but I want to at least read off their names. They increased their GPAs by 0.158. They are both getting a $1,000 scholarship, and they are Nicole Barlow and Nadeline Lopez. So please congratulate them. Our third most improved GPA was an increase of 0.203. This is a $1,500 scholarship, and it goes to Catherine Lopez, who could not attend tonight. She didn't show up. So I'll have to get that to her for Catherine. Our second most improved GPA, with an increase of 0.220. This is a $2,000 scholarship, and that goes to Jessica Zumbra. Now remember, all of these scholarships can be matched up to $1,500 at Normandale and higher at Hennepin Tech. Our final award for the top GPA increase of 0.288, we name this the Harold Larson Most Improved GPA because Harold Larson is a longtime Rotarian that helped out with all of these programs that we have in Rotary. This is a $2,500 scholarship, so when that's matched, it's essentially taking a good deal of the first year of the college expenses. The winner of this top award goes to Katie Andrade. Congratulations, Katie. Congratulations to all our 2018 scholarship recipients. Be sure to submit your attached scholarship form over to Nick, and then pick up a Normandale form if you're going to go to Normandale. Congratulations to all of our students for your participation this year. We wish you many more successes in your life journey, and be sure you've got Rotary friends and you've got our phone numbers, right? And let us hear from you. As I mentioned earlier, you are all eligible for Rotary Scholarship following the first year of college. There's a selection process, but I'll send out applications next spring. And finally, I want to thank the parents, families, and friends for supporting your student, and thank Kennedy, thank the colleges, the corporate and individual partners. And finally, I would ask that all the STRIVE students come up here afterwards along with the mentors. We want to do a Kodak moment and get a picture here, okay? That concludes our banquet, and drive home safely. Thanks for coming out tonight.